Good morning, children. Today I am giving you the assignment related with the previous explanations, and again I am explaining you now. First one is find the HCF of 336 and 54 by Euclid's division lemma. According to Euclid's division lemma, A is equal to BQ plus R. So here given numbers to be written as A is equal to BQ plus R. Here A is equal to 336 and B is equal to 54. So 336 is equal to 54 into something plus whatever the remainder you are going to get. You have to do like that and find out wherever you get the 0, that B becomes the HCF of the given numbers. Means Euclid's division lemma, use the Euclid's division lemma and write that. Next one, find the value of x, y, z in the following factor tree. It is, so first you are given x and it is splitted into 2 and y is again divided into 2 and z is again divided into 2 and 15. So first if you multiply the 2 and 15, you are going to get the z value. Then 2 and z is to be multiplied, then you are going to get y value. 2 and y is to be multiplied to get the x value. Therefore you can find out the x, y, z values in the factor tree. The third question, explain 17 into 11 into 2 plus 17 into 11 into 5 is a composite number. So first you see that 17 into 11 into 2 plus is there and 17 into 11 into 5. Take 17 into 11 common from both. Then you are going to get it as 17 into 11 into 17 into 11, open the bracket, and 2 plus 5. Now 17 into 11 into 2 plus 5 will be equal to 7. So here 17 into 11 into 7 it becomes 2. All the three are prime numbers. Therefore, according to the fundamental theorem of arithmetic, any composite number can be written in the form of product of primes. Similarly, if you can write anything as the product of primes, their product is automatically a composite number. Hence, we say that 17 into 11 into 2 plus 17 into 11 into 5 is a composite number. Fourth one, without actual division, state whether the following rational numbers are terminating or non-terminating. The first one you are given is 260 by 200, 0 can be cancelled. And now do the prime factorization for 20. You are having 2, 2, 5. So if you see only 2's and 5's in your denominator, or if your denominator is in the form of 2 power m and 5 power n, then it is a terminating decimal. Other than that, if you have anything in your denominator, it is a non-terminating repeating decimal. So here it becomes a terminating. Now 64 by 455. Now do the prime factorization for 455. First you have to check whether the given are in standard form or not. Standard form means what? That should be coprimes. Then 455 to be taken. Do the prime factorization. Take 5. You are going to get 91. Take 3. Take 7. You are going to get 13. So here you are having 13, 5 and 7. So here other than 2 and 5 there are some numbers, therefore it may not be a terminating decimal. It is a non-terminating repeating decimal. Next, fifth one, state the decimal expansion of the following natural rational numbers without actual division. So here the first one is given as 143 by 11. Check whether this is in a standard form or not. Here 143 and 11 are in not standard form. It is nothing but 13. If you cancel it, 11 13 is 143. So it is a rational number directly. 13 is a rational number. Now coming to this 64 by 5, here you have 5 in your denominator, and you have to multiply both the numerator and the denominator with 2, because 5 and 2 makes 10. If you multiply both the numerator and denominator with 2, it becomes 128 by 10. 128 by 10 can be written as 12.8. It can be done without actual division. Now the next one, prove that 3 root 2 by 5 is an irrational number. So as to prove anything as an irrational number, first we have to assume that it is a rational number. 3 root 2 by 5 is a rational number. Rational number can be written in the form of p by q. So 3 root 2 by 5 is equal to a by b. Now transpose the 3 by 5 to the other side, leaving root 2 on your LHS as it is. Root 2 is equal to a by b into 5 by 3. So it becomes what? 5a by 3b. 5a by 3b is a rational number and root 2 is an irrational number. Already we know that. Therefore, we can say that our assumption is wrong. Contradiction arises. LHS is a rational number and RHS is a rational number. Hence, we say that it is an irrational number. Assumption is wrong and it becomes an irrational number. Next, determine the value of log 1 by 16 base 2. Equate that number with x. So 2 to the power of, writing in exponential form, it becomes 2 power x is equal to 1 by 16 and 2 power x is equal to 1 by 2 to the power of 4 and 2 to the power of 4 again you bring it to your numerator, it becomes 2 power x is equal to 2 to the power of minus 4. When you bring anything to exponent becomes anything to the numerator, then the exponent will be converted with a negative form. So 2 negative form means converts it. Then 2 power 4 will be converted as 2 to the power of 4. The basic theorem behind it is a power minus n is equal to 1 by a power n. So here 2 power x is equal to 2 to the power of minus 4. Now the bases are equal, exponents may be equated. That is how you can complete that sum. Next one, eighth one, find any rational number between 3 1 by 3 and 3 2 by 3. So 3 1 by 3, if you convert it into a mixed fraction, it is 9 by 3, and if you convert the 3 2 by 3 in a rational form, means it is in a improper fraction, it becomes 9 3 3 is 9, 11 by 3, 10 by 3 and 11 by 3 consecutive numbers. So as to find out any of the number between them, you have to apply the formula a plus b by 2, means 10 by 3 plus 11 by 3. Whatever you get it, it is 21 by 3, and 21 by 3 must be divided with 2. A plus b by 2 is the formula. 21 by 3 into 1 by 2. Again you have to write a number in between them. Whatever you get, that will be your answer. Already this is there in your 9th class. Next one, use the Euclid's division lemma to show that any odd positive integer is in the form of 6q plus 1 or 6q plus 3 or 6q plus 5, where q is some integer. See, again I am telling you, the Euclid's division lemma says that a is equal to bq plus r. Here also, let a be any positive number and b is equal to 6. When your 6q plus 1 is given to you, 6q plus 3, 6q plus 5 is given to you, you have to assume that b is equal to 6. So here a is equal to 6q plus r you are going to get. Now whenever you are dividing with whenever you are dividing with 6, the remainder should be always less than 6, means it should be either 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your possible options are 0 is less than or equal to, r is less than 6. So the possible options, first, if r is equal to 0, what happens? 6q plus 0. 6q plus 0, first one will be 6q plus 0. If your rq means 6q, if your r is equal to 1, it becomes 6q plus 1. If r is equal to 2, it becomes 6q plus 2. If r is equal to 3, it becomes 6q plus 3, and so on. Now you are given only odd positive integer. Among these numbers, if you choose 6q, 6q plus 1, 6q plus 2, 6q plus 3, so on, only 6q plus 1, 6q plus 3 and 6q plus 5 are the odd integers. Remaining all are even integers, means 6q, 6q plus 2, 6q plus 4 are even integers. Therefore here we are going to take only those three as odd positive integers. And the last one, anyway, root 2 is a rational number. Last question, 10th question is, prove that root 2 is an irrational number. So already I have explained you that in your notes itself. I think you have written the notes related to it. You can produce the same to me. Thank you.